Good afternoon, my dear students. Are you ready for today's lesson? Okay. How did you spend your holiday? Did you spend it happily? I think you're spending your holidays happily. Okay, let's start today's lesson and think what you did during your holidays, the way you did the things, right? Okay, today my lesson is going to be on adverbs. You may have got some kind of knowledge on adverbs. Let's see what they are. Okay, keep your pens, pencils, and books ready, right? And you can write the topic adverbs. Okay, children, what is an adverb? Yes? Do you know anything about adverbs? First of all, what are verbs? Verbs are actions, right? Verbs are actions, the things that we do. Then what is an adverb? An adverb is a word that describes a verb. Adverb එකක් කියන්නේ පුතේ ක්‍රියාපදයක් විස්තර කරන පදයක්. Right? ක්‍රියාපදයක් විස්තර කරන පදය තමයි adverb එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? An adverb can tell when, where, and how things happen. Adverb එකකින් විස්තර වෙන්නේ කොහොමද, කවදද, කොහෙදද වුනේ කියන එක. Right? So, my dear students, you may write down this note and this may help you. It is a description of an adverb. An adverb is a word that describes a verb. It describes, ඒක විස්තර කරනවා. An action is described. That's why at the beginning of the lesson, I asked a question. I raised a question. How are you spending your holidays? So you may say, I am spending my holidays happily. ඔයා වගේ නිවාඩු කාලය ගත කරන්න සතුටින්, happily. Right? Okay. I think it's enough time. Shall we move on to the next one? Okay. You can remember these points. Here I have given you some points to remember. Right? ඔයගලන්ට මතක තියාගන්න පුතේ points ටිකක් තියෙනවා. Right? An adverb tells us more about a verb. Adverb එකකින් අපි කරන්නේ අපි කරන දේ තව ටිකක් විස්තර කරනවා. Right? An adverb describes or modifies the verb in some way. Modify කරනවා. What is to modify? ඒක තව ටිකක් විස්තරාත්මකව අපි කරපු විදිය කියනවා. Right. Then the third point, many adverbs end with the suffix ly, but not all. Most of the adverbs end with ly. So, can you remember my sentence? I am spending my holidays happily. Happy, happily. You have added a suffix there, ily, and you have got the adverb happily. Carefully. Playfully. Right? Okay, write down these points. And the last point, adverbs often tell us how something happened. They are වෙන විදිහ. How something happened. The boy shouted loudly. The boy shouted. ළමයා පිරිමි ළමයා කෑ ගැහුවා. කොහොමද කෑ ගැහුවේ? Loudly. හයියෙන් කෑ ගැහුවා. I read a book quietly in the library. I read a book quietly in the library. මම පොතක් කියවුවා. How did I read? How did I read? Quietly. නිශ්ශබ්ද. Take your writing books out and you may write down the points because they may help you. You must have studied about adverbs earlier, and this may help you to understand more. I will read the points once again. An adverb tells us more about a verb. An adverb describes or modifies the verb in some way. Many adverbs end with the suffix ly, but not all. I will read the last point. Adverbs often tell us how something happened. Adverbs often tell us how something happened. Okay. Right. Let's move on. Let's move on to another activity, right? Here, it's part of writing with adverbs. The relay race. Will you please write down this? It's about a relay race, right? Look at the words in blueprint, blue color. Shall I read it for you? Okay. 4 friends waited restlessly at their stations for the relay race. Suddenly, the starting pistol boomed loudly. Immediately, Naomi dashed soundlessly away. As Naomi ran past, George neatly grabbed the baton from her and started his run. Right. You can write down this part of writing, this passage, and underline the adverbs. Restlessly, suddenly, loudly, immediately, soundlessly, fast, and neatly. Here, most of the adverbs have entered with ly, with the suffix ly. But you have some other adverbs as well. As an example, we can say Susantika ran fast. Susantika ran. Susantika diva. කොහොමද දිව්වේ? How did she do that? Fast. So fast is also an adverb. Okay, write down this and underline the adverbs. Right. 4 friends waited restlessly. What do you mean by that? Restless. Rest means viveke, restless. Ne aviveke balagena hitiya, restlessly. Noivasilimat lesa. At their stations for the relay race. So they are getting ready for the relay race. Right? Suddenly means ikmanin, hadisin. The starting pistol boomed. Right? Uh, right? You when you to start your race, right? They give you right. They give you the instructions with the pistol, right? So with the noise of the pistol, with the booming of the pistol, you must start your race. With the starting pistol, boom loudly. How did it boom? Loudly. Pistol के साथ हुने කොහොමද? තාම වේගවත් ශබ්දයෙන් loudly. Immediately Naomi dashed soundlessly away. Naomi එකපාරින්ම එයා පටන් ගත්තා. As Naomi ran past, George neatly grabbed the baton. This is a relay race, so you must change your battles, right? So George neatly grabbed. Yeah, පිළිවෙලකට යාගේ baton එක මාරු කරගත්තා. Grabbed the baton from her and started his run. Right? Look at the first one. First sentence. Our friends waited restlessly at the station for the relay race. Right there, you have the adverb just after the verb. Waited restlessly. Waited is the verb and adverbs comes next. Our friends waited restlessly. බලාගෙන හිටියා. නොඉවසිලිමත් ලෙස. Right? Then in the second sentence, suddenly the starting pistol boomed. ඉක්මනින්. ඉක්මනින්ම pistol sound එක ඇහුණා. Right? There you have the adverb at the beginning. So you can use the adverb even after the verb or before the verb. It always modifies or describes the verb. හැම වෙලාවෙම පුතේ adverb එකෙන් කරන්නේ ක්‍රියාපදය විස්තර කරන එක. Right? Okay, let's do an activity. Then you may understand this well. I think everyone, it's enough time for everyone to write down this. Here there is a set of adverbs and I have given you 2 examples as well. Right? Will you read the given adverbs? Carefully, loudly, quickly, badly, sadly, well, quietly, and slowly. All the adverbs have ended with ly, the suffix, except well. As I told you, Susantika ran fast. There are exceptions. Right? වෙනස් වෙන ඒවාත් තියෙනවා. ly විතරක් එනවා නෙමේ. වෙනස් වෙන adverbs උත් තියෙනවා. So take some time, take few minutes and try to fill in the blanks. Look at the given 2 examples. Look at the verbs there. It's in red color in some sentences, right? She is singing. So that is the verb. So you have to think of the verb when you select an adverb. ක්‍රියාපදය ගැන හිතන්න ඕන පුතේ. ක්‍රියාපදයට අනුව තමයි අපි adverb එක පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ. ක්‍රියා විශේෂණය. Like adjectives. Adjectives describe the noun and adverbs describe the verbs. Look at the two examples. She is running quickly. Now, next one. He is looking at the picture sadly. Now write the other sentences in your writing book. Have you finished? There are 8 sentences, right? Pay attention to the capital letters and the full stops, and especially the spellings of the words, right? Because next month, right, in March or in April, you will be in grade 7. You will be promoted to grade 7, right? So keep that in your mind when you write some sentences. Okay. I think that's enough time. Let's look at the answers. She is singing well. Right? She is singing well. Number 2. She is reading. Look at the picture. She is reading quietly. She is reading. You have to write the verb as well, because they haven't given the verb. She is reading. You can guess the action by looking at the picture. She is reading. How? Quietly. We read books quietly in the library. Nishabda. You read, she reads. How? Quietly. Right. Next one. She is winning. She is not doing badly. Not doing badly. Here I have used the adverb badly. Next one. He is putting in his contact lens very carefully. Putting in his contact lens very carefully. Because it's an action that must be done very carefully. Api contact lens එක හැට දාන්නේ, right? So that must be done very carefully. Next one. The turtle is walking slowly. The turtle is walking slowly. Who is the turtle? You can see in the picture. Walking, it should be a simple W. It's a printing mistake. The turtle is walking slowly. Next one, number 6. She is running. How? Quickly. She's running towards the bus stop, right? To catch the bus. Number 7. He is looking at the picture. Sadly. The action is looking at the picture. Sadly. Next one. He is shouting. He is shouting. How? Loudly. Shouting loudly. Right? If there are mistakes, you can correct them. And if you have not written the answers, you can write them. Please pay attention to the list I have given you, the adverbs. Carefully, loudly, quickly, badly, sadly, well, quietly, and slowly. Adding ly. Okay, shall we do another activity? I think this time is enough. Okay. Here it's another fill in the blanks activity. A list is given. Playfully, carefully, sincerely, slowly, happily, quickly, patiently, loudly, quietly, and safely. Right? Guess the meanings of the adverbs, right? Guess and try to fill in the blanks. First, try to read the sentence. The answers are not enough. Try to write the complete sentence, because after the session, when you read it, right, you can get the idea with the context, right? That's important, to get the idea with the context itself. Just merely reading the adverbs won't help you. නිකම්ම adverbs ටික කියවගෙන යන එක විතරක් නෙමෙයි පුතේ. ඒක අපි කොයි අවස්ථාවෙද කොහොමද යොදන්නේ කියන එක පැහැදිලි වෙනවා වාක්‍යත් එක්කම ලියුවාම. Right? So try to write down the complete sentence while filling the blanks. Pay attention to the adverbs, right? And the spellings given and fill in the blanks. Shall I read the sentences for you? The first one, Sarah skipped blank down the street. Number 2, the team ran blank towards the finish line to win the race. Number 3, the librarian told the kids to read their books blank. The cat chased the ball around blank. Dan waited blank for his turn to hit the ball. The turtle walked blank and couldn't keep up with the rabbit. Sharon chose the answers for her test blank so he would pass. Number 8. Mike saw there were no cars coming, so he could cross the street. The kids shouted blank as they played in gym class. Last one. The way the Pledge of Allegiance blank because we love our country. Right? Be patient and try to find the answers. Right. Have you finished, my dear students? Now, after this lesson, you can take your textbooks and do the activities given in your textbook, right? It's in page 93. Sometimes you may have done this in your school, right? It doesn't matter. You may read them once again and practice it. Page 93 in your textbook. And there are 2 activities. You may do them. Right. Let's look at the answers now. I think that's enough time because Only 10 sentences I have given. Okay, look at the first answer. Sarah skipped quickly down the street. Skip, that is the verb. So the adverb describes the verb skipped. Right? Second one, number 2. The team ran happily towards the finish line to win the race. The team ran happily. Ran. How? Happily. Divva. කොහොමද? සතුටින්. So that is the adverb I have used there. Towards the finish line. Towards කියන්නේ පුතේ දෙසට. That's a preposition. Towards the finish line to win the race. They ran happily. Right. Number 3. The librarian told the kids to read their books. How do you read books? Quietly. Right? The librarian told the kids to read their books quietly. Okay? Next one. The cat chased the ball around playfully. Right? Playfully. Normally cats play with the balls, right? Playfully. බොහොම සෙල්ලක්කාර විදිහට. Next one. Number 5. Dan waited for his turn to hit the ball. Dan waited. හිටියා කොහොමද? Patiently. බොහොම ඉවසිලිවන්ත විදිහට. Dan waited patiently for his turn to hit the ball. එයා බොහොම ඉවසිලිවන්ත විදිහට තමන්ගේ වාරය එනකන් හිටියා. We have to be patient. Right? Next one. The turtle walked slowly. Walked slowly. ඇවිද්දා. කොහොමද? හිමින්. And couldn't keep up with the rabbit. We know how tortoises walk, right? They walk very slowly. Number 7. Sharon chose the answers for her test carefully, so she would pass. Sharon chose the answers. Yeah? එයාගේ ටෙස්ට් එකේ උත්තර බොහොම පරීක්ෂාකාරී බොහොම සැලකිලිමත් ලෙස තමයි ලිව්වේ. So she would pass. Carefully. Choose the answers. Number 8. Mike saw there were no cars coming, so he could cross the street. Now, that's a very good point. When you cross the road, you must be very careful. And so he could cross the street safely. Parisami. Safely cross the road. How? Safely. Mike saw there were no cars coming, so he could cross the road safely. Number 9. The kids shouted loudly as they played in gym class. Right? So, when you are in a gym class, not unlike the other classes, right? You can't keep quiet. Shouted loudly. Normally, kids shout loudly, right? So, the kids shouted loudly as they played in gym class. Last one. We say the Pledge of Allegiance sincerely. because we love our country. You have to be very sincere, right? Right? Okay, I think you have got the answers, right? See whether you have written them correctly with correct spellings and you have done any mistakes. You can write them, right? Right. Shall we move on to the next activity? It's enough time for you to make their mistakes, right? Okay, students. That's a poem, right? That's a poem. Even last time I discussed poems with you all. Can you remember? Right. Here, it's another poem with adverbs. Another poem with adverbs. Just read them. Read the lines. Look at the sun there, shining up in the sky well. Oh dear, it looks here like a lamp in the sky. Brightly sun shining slowly comes in the morning from behind the mountain, merrily looking to the earth. Always good for us, always good for plants, helpful for animals, never imagine without it. The world has lives beautifully. Right. Now, my dear students, you may write down the lines in your writing books. Right? It's a poem with 3 stanzas and 4 lines in each stanza. Write the lines and try to underline the adverbs given in the poem. There are many adverbs. So, write the lines of the poem and underline the adverbs. Don't waste time on typing messages, right? Please take the maximum use of time, right? Shall I read the lines for you? Look at the sun there, shining up in the sky well. Oh dear, it looks here like a lamp in the sky. What is this poem about? Yes, the picture says, right? It's about the sun and shining up in the sky well, right? Like a lamp. Brightly sun shining slowly comes in the morning from behind the mountain, from the පිටිපස්සෙන් උදේට එනවා. Merrily looking to the earth. Merrily. Merrily means happily. That's a synonym. Always good for us, always good for plants, helpful for animals, never imagine without it. Actually, without the sun, we cannot imagine a life on earth. Right? The sun is the one who gives life to everything. මේ හැම දෙයකටම අපිට ජීවය දෙන්නේ හිරු, sun. And when you write the lines, But pay attention to the punctuation marks, commas, right? Exclamation marks, full stops, semicolon. Go through the lines, right? Read line by line and underline the adverbs. Now you are well aware of adverbs, so you can quickly find them down. Find them. Right. Have you finished? Are there any adverbs in the first stanza? Look at the sun there, shining up in the sky well. Yes, well. The adverb well is used there. You can underline it if you have not done. Right. Now go to the second stanza. Brightly sun shining. Now, in the previous activities, you did some sentences. We had the adverbs after the verb. Normally, we say the sun is shining brightly. But here, in the poem, the adverbs have used before the nouns, before the verbs. Brightly sun shining. බොහොම දීප්තිමත් ලෙස පිරුබා බලනවා. Brightly. That's an adverb. Then the second line, slowly comes in the morning. How does it come? Fast? No, slowly. Himin himin. From behind the mountain. Merrily looking to the earth. Merrily. That's another adverb. පොළව දිහා බලන්න බොහොම සතුටින්. Merrily. Happily. Then always good for us, always good for plants. Here you have another kind of adverbs, always. Right? Adverbs of time. You will learn these kinds of adverbs later, but you can underline. And never. Imagine without it. And the last line, beautifully. Beautifully. Right. That's all about adverbs. But to check the knowledge and appreciation of poems, right, can you find out the rhyming words here? In the first stanza, you have two. Yes, there, here. Right. Then another one. In the second one, shining in morning. Right. Okay. That's all, right? Those are the activities that you have to do regarding adverbs. With this knowledge, now you can do the activities given in your pupil's text, right? So, my dear students, don't waste your time, right? Go through your books, right? Do the work, do the activities, and read a lot, right? So, thank you for participating. And I hope that you have got something and it was helpful for you. Right. So let's meet on Saturday with another interesting lesson. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye. Have a good day.